Hi champs, welcome back to my channel. So I'm still on Young Single Christian Sex Talk. I'm going to be continuing like a sub series, a sub chapter in it called God is Wise. Yes, God is wise in advising us and telling us not to fornicate and wait till marriage for having sex. Process, how do you mean? So as always, I love stories. So I'm going to give a story in this before I continue with God is Wise. Lolo was 18. Lolo, depending on you, whatever you want to call her, was 18. She was a second year student at a very good university. She was also a first class student, like her grades are always top notch. So her life at school was triangular: hostel, classes, church, hostel, classes, church, and that was it. Her roommates and friends teased her for her boring life. No, Lolo was fine with it. All she wanted was to make her parents proud, graduate to first class, and find work in a multinational company. Yeah. So her plan was going great until her friend Sarah invited her to a birthday party. And they teased her like, come on, you're always doing in class, school, hostel. Let's go out, have fun for once in your life. You know? So she decided to go for the birthday party. She went. It was fun. She had a great time. But then she noticed that all her friends had boyfriends who took them out on dates, bought them gifts, watched movies with them and more. She was alone at the party. Everyone had somebody. And then outside the party, staying in the cinema, like, everyone really has somebody but me. Yeah. She felt wanting to be like her friends and people around her. But she pushed the feeling behind her. Then her friends started talking to her about getting a boyfriend. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Everyone has one. So they were at an eatery. She and her friends to be eating, enjoying some ice cream and snacks. Lolo told them that she was not ready to have sex. They laughed at her. They told her that none of them were having sex. Come on, what do you take us for? Lolo was surprised. They told her they just kiss, and do little things, keep their boyfriends happy, and it feels good. But it's not sex. But it is. Lolo was happy to hear this. She was like, oh, so if I meet a guy I like, I'll give him a chance since I don't have to have sex in the relationship. Better, girl, go get you some guy, have fun, enjoy yourself, you're young. You need to love and be loved, girl. Trust me, you'll love it. And then Lolo carried on with her triangular life, hostel, church, school, until the day she met Orondaam. He was everything she had ever wanted. He was smart, funny, kind. He was loved by many, He was a first class student as well. He was the president of the Red Cross Society, YSCST, and so many other clubs in school. He was also a year above Lolo, which made it perfect. Like, he was on the same class. So he asked her to be his girl, and she said yes. He took her everywhere, to the movies, to see his friends, to parties, to shows, to church, everywhere. She told Orondaam she was a virgin and she was not ready to have sex. And he seemed very supportive about it, and respectful about her decision. Like, it's you I want, not your body. If you don't want to have sex, it's fine by me. So she'd gone over to his apartment 3 times and spent the night. Nothing happened. They only kissed and cuddled with their clothes on as they watched movies. He never pushed for sex. He never complained. She'd gone there once, twice, thrice, 4 times. Everything was cool. She felt safe around her boyfriend to be in his apartment alone. So one day he invited her to please come make his favorite soup for him. It was a weekend, so she didn't have classes. Lolo went over to see Orondaam. And she got all the ingredients were ready. He'd gone to the market, he bought everything. All she had to do was cook. So she made the soup. It was evening. He asked her that she sleep over. And Lolo was okay with it. Come on, this is not my first time, it's not my second time, it's not my third time sleeping over at his place. You know, she agreed happily. She'd done it before. And she liked sleeping over at his place. They talked, and all that. But that night, Orondaam asked for sex. She said no and she laughed. Come on. We've talked about this before. Why are you now asking today? Before Lolo knew what was happening, he was on top of her, ripping her clothes off as she screamed and begged him to stop. The Orondaam she knew was gone. Like, who is this person? It was like a monster as he laughed at her. Orondaam pushed his way into her vagina. Lolo was in shock. She couldn't struggle anymore. She was shocked, in pain. Her mind couldn't comprehend, who is this person? What's going on? When he was done, it was over in minutes. She cried in a corner as she called him a rapist. He laughed at her some more. And then what he told her was, "You're my girlfriend. What do you think boyfriends and girlfriends do? Am I supposed to be laughing at your face? I've been looking at your face every time you come to my place. I don't even believe that rubbish you told me about you being a virgin. Well, but you are. I thought you were just fronting. Well, at least I made you a woman. A boyfriend can't rape his girlfriend. Go tell anyone that I raped you. Nobody would believe you. You've been coming to my house. You sleep over. If I go to the police, they will tell you the same thing. Do you know how many girls that have flung themselves on me? I love you. That's why I had sex with you. Everyone does it. Lolo could not believe her ears. She pondered what happened to the man she knew and she loved. She wondered if it was her fault. She was in love with him, but she was like, okay, since I've had sex with him already, what's the point of breaking up and continuing with somebody else? She was still, she didn't understand she was Stockholmed. I shall talk about this later. She continued dating this guy who raped her for 2 years until she graduated. She thought to herself, well, everyone is doing it. I'm not a virgin. And he's the first person I've ever slept with. He only slept one night, and I can't go on to date somebody else. They kept on having sex until he graduated and she graduated a year later after him. So you see, champs, going from Lolo's experience, remember what I said in an earlier episode about having a cake and wanting to eat a slice about it, my cake theory? Yeah. The whole eating a slice works for some people and they get away with it. But unfortunately, it is not the same story for everyone. You can't be kissing, cuddling, doing some form of foreplay with a guy or a girl and think it's okay and nothing is going to happen. Some people see it as you being a tease, even though you've told them repeatedly that you're a virgin and you don't want to have sex. One day, for some people, you will not be able to get away with it, like Lolo discovered. So, you see, that's also another thing I've talked about in previous episodes, being unequally yoked. How would you know if you're being unequally yoked if you pretend in your face initially? We shall talk about this later. Champs, as always, these are my thoughts. Like I say, God is wise. I shall continue on this in the next episode about how God is being, how wise God is, and how His thoughts for us are thoughts of good and not of evil. So, champs, remember you're a champ. Yes, you are. And I love you, but as always, God loves you more. Till next time on Young Single Christian Sex Talk, my name is Frances Okeke. Bye, champs.